What's up, bro? It's about Georgia Man Bro. You follow me on Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel so we could chop it up. I made a video like this before, so I'm gonna just talk about it again. Then I'm gonna just get this off my chest about how we, as Black Americans, have to really distinguish and separate ourselves from certain Black immigrants, because a lot of them come here and they have their agenda. A lot of them, not all, but some. But there's some that come to this country from the Caribbean and from Africa, and they come here and they cosplay as us. And it's to the point where they use their proximity to being Black to speak for us. And I say this all the time. Black Americans, we would never go to Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba, Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. We would never go there, right? And get into people politics, right? And tell them what they should and shouldn't get. And be a spokesperson for them. Black immigrants, right, are first generation born of child of immigrants. Come here. They try to downplay, undermine your Black experience, and we have to stop letting them do that. If you are from a different country, I don't care about how much you were born here, you have no right to come here and speak on anything that's here. I don't care about you being born here. So what? You are born here at the expense of Black Americans. Immigrants, Spanish people, Asian people, all people who come here, you benefit from Black people fighting for civil rights. You wouldn't be in this country if we did not fight for civil rights. Civil rights was open the door for immigration. It opened the door for immigration, and people came to take advantage of that. So how can Black immigrants come here and tell us how it's no racism and we got to stop complaining about racism and the problem is not white people, the problem is us? Who are you? Who are you? You haven't figured out how to fix your problems where you come from. You cannot come here just because you got a job cutting grass, doing Uber. You think that you're doing something so special when you do the bare minimum. Have some respect. Have some respect. It's disrespectful for us to sit here and watch people who look like us come here, get on their fucking knees, and kiss every white fucking ass. It's ridiculous. I don't care if you Jamaican, Haitian, respect us here. You will not be here if it was not for us. Your entire existence, your entire light of success is because what Black Americans suffered for. You come here and get you a little job, you think you could come and say something? No. You can't give us advice. You need to learn game and get advice from us. I don't have to take advice from you. You fled your country of origin. And if your parents migrated, had your first generation, your parents found where they come from. They didn't fix up where they come from. You here in our country, in our dinner table, eating off our plate. Got all this shit to say. But back home ain't good. It ain't popping in these Caribbean countries. We've been there. Jamaica, Haiti, the Bahamas. Outside of the tourism, it ain't really popular like that. It's not. You come here, compare yourself to the lower class of Black people from the lowest common denominator to make yourself feel good. You make that a totality, the projects and the Pookies and Ray Rays, you talk about that class of people as if like that's a totality. And you got all these regurgitated talking points you get from racist white people who don't like you either. So what are you doing? What are you doing, Black immigrant brothers and sisters? What are you doing? Why are you pandering? Because it's not just Candace Owens. That's a thing that's going on within the community where they come here, have this vitriol towards Black Americans. They still mad because someone called them a fucking African booty scratcher in 5th grade, so they got a vendetta. They try to use their Black skin to come here to speak on Black issues. No, you cannot. You cannot. What you say is invalid. I don't take you seriously. You come from countries where they ain't even got clean drinking water. electricity, basic shit like that. We ain't living like that where you come from. All that shit you talking about is we got the ball rolling here. We need to really sit down and start giving y'all history lessons, because a lot of black immigrants, they come here, they just try to look at it, they try to undermine the history here. Oh, it's a long time ago. Who cares what you say? Who cares? Like Myron Gaines. Who fucking cares, Myron Gaines? Who cares? You're from Sudan. You ain't get it popping in Sudan. Your family got the fuck from out of there. You here in America, reaping the benefits of what we did. And that's just really what it is. So we're sick and tired of people who look like us, supposedly, don't think like us, and they have all this shit to say, and they ain't even where they come from. They would do anything to get the fuck from out of there. You don't see black Americans fleeing all over the fucking world, running to other countries to establish ourselves off other people's expenses. Yeah, you were born here. You were born here off the expense of black Americans. The birthright citizenship that you enjoy is because of us. You come here and look at the lowest of black people. And it's crazy. That's how you know you come from Myron Gaines. You come from complete failure, because black people, we don't compare ourselves to other groups and poverty, like people in Africa and fucking living the way they living. We don't compare ourselves to that. You got to compare yourself to people in the fucking projects, because you, Myron Gaines, and you black immigrants, you don't have a Oprah Winfrey, a Tyler Perry, a Spike Lee. Wait, y'all don't have that. Y'all don't have successful figures. So you have to talk about the Pookies and Ray Rays as if like this is totality, and it's not. It's not. It's the truth. And not all, because I know some black immigrant brothers and sisters that are cool. But we got to call out the ones who come here to undermine. You cannot give us advice if you come from a complete country of failure. And that's really the truth. That's really what it is. And people try to say, what about Puerto Ricans? What about them? What about them? They haven't figured out how to fix Puerto Rico. And I love my Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, but I gotta give them to them too. And this is really the truth, bro. A lot of us was just sick of it. I'm sick of listening to people who have all this shit to say, but haven't figured out how to get it going where they're from. We fought for everything that's here. We stood 10 toes, that's everything that's here. We can't go nowhere else. There's no other country that we could go to. We're not citizens nowhere outside of the United States. We can't go nowhere. We had to fight for everything that's here right back against the wall. And you come in and reap the benefits of that. And you come here talking about some black crime and the projects and EBT. And you talk about shit like that. But where you come from, you ain't never got clean drinking water. People walking around with no shoes on their feet. We ain't living like you. At least we got it to the point where we ain't living on the fucking edge. Some people, a lot of these foreign black countries, they living so bad that, man, they will risk their lives jumping on a fucking raft in shark-infested waters to bring their asses over here. Risking their lives drowning and getting eaten by sharks and shit like that down there. Respect black people in America. Respect. Respect. That's all we ask for is respect. We're not coming to where you from, getting in your shit and telling you what you should and shouldn't get and how history is this and that. We don't do that. A lot of these black foreign people are the biggest ass kissers, white ass kissers. And it's like, you're going to get your wake-up call because the people that you're pandering to don't like you either. They just look at you like, they just need any black person that's willing to throw black people under the bus and regurgitate their talking points so they can say they're not racist. And they don't really care if you're not a black American. To them, the satisfaction of them is just someone who has color saying what they can't say. And a lot of black immigrants take advantage of that. And that's really basically the truth. So it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about this shit. Have some respect. Because we don't go where you from and disrespect the culture there, disrespect the history there. You come here, you should have some type of respect. Respect. The respect level that a lot of black immigrants have to me is ridiculous. People come from, no disrespect to Haitian brothers and sisters, come from Haiti. It ain't popping in Haiti. And I fuck with my Haitians. I love Haitian food. I love my Haitian brothers and sisters. But at the same time, y'all gotta check your own. That's all. That's all we're saying. I ain't trying to denigrate Haiti or anything like that. But I'm just saying when a motherfucker come from certain countries, they come here and got all this pointing the finger and all this criticism. But we like, wait a minute, you come from over there, you ain't do that there, but you over here telling us we got to do this and that. But then you had to do this and that off the expenses of what we did here. That doesn't make any sense. That's why we look at Myron Gaines. Myron Gaines, as you notice, right? He can't have a real honest conversation, a real intelligent conversation. He would keep himself in the echo chamber because when he does come around black platforms, Tariq Nasheed, and have a serious conversation, he gets destroyed. He goes to college campuses and debate kids. Like, bro, Myron Gaines, bro, who cares? Like, you're talking to college kids. You can't have a real conversation with people from an intelligent standpoint because you're not that smart. You don't know how to say anything that's intelligent without regurgitating talking points you get from white people. That's all you do, man, Myron Gaines. That's all you do. You don't have to know anything else. That's it. With your corny 4chan jokes, I will bomb the shit out of Myron Gaines. I will make him cry. Watermelon funny. Like, you're not funny. That's not funny. Like, come on. Your jokes are whack. Like, they got these dumbass jokes. Watermelon felon, like, that's corny. That's corny. That's corny. They never bring no one on their platform with opposing views to challenge their beliefs, especially the Hodge twins. They never bring no one around. They would stay in their little echo chamber and say all the bullshit they can say on the internet. But they won't come out of that circle that they're in to have a real conversation with people who can debunk their bullshit talking points, which is always in bad faith. But that's all I got to say about you. When it comes, I'm out.